Hi, well today we're going to have a look at something a little bit different. This is an attachment for the flash. So if you bought one of these recently, or if you've seen me reviewing this, this is my very cheap £40 plus flashlight that does just the same as the Canon and the Nikon models. It's absolute steal this, and I recommend if you haven't got one, you get hold of one of these. Now, I did mention when I reviewed this that there might be a possibility of you extending your lighting equipment and actually buying a second one. And this would be the sort of scenario where you would encourage you to go out and get a second one. Now, I bought this at a show a little while back, wasn't convinced, but I've used this many times out on site at schools when I'm trying to add a bit of drama, in a drama lesson, for instance. Quite often when I turn up to do photos, there's no technician around to get the real lighting rigs going, and I can just say, that's fine, leave it to me. Now you can see on there that there is in this one a coloured gel coming through this. I'm looking online and I don't see that they've got coloured gels anymore. They're actually, I'll show you the kit first and I'll explain how it works, and then I'll show you what I think has happened. So this just, there's a little case here that wraps around this, so it means it's very small and portable. This stays in my camera bag all the time, and I tuck one end in, so it's made itself into this little, the technical term is a snoot. And in a studio, in a photo studio, you might see one of these coned shaped snoots, and the idea is that you're taking a big light source down to a very small beam and sending that through. Now I've got a couple of honeycomb grids inside this, which are called so because of that honeycomb effect on them, and I can keep just the one, there's one that's half this depth, and that means that yes, it will take the beam narrow, but it still has a little bit of room to go. I can switch it with this one, which will give it slightly tighter, or I put the two together so it's making it even deeper. And all that's happening there is that that light is having to go straight down those lines, and it means it's keeping it a very narrow beam. And I use this very much. I'll set this light off in the distance. Let's get rid of that bit. I've got another light that I'm running and working as my fill light. That's the one that I would have in front that's filling in, doing as what these lights are doing very much. I might be bouncing it off the ceiling like I was saying. So I'd set that one up first. This would really work as a secondary light. And what I'm doing is I lay that over the front, and then with this elastic I just tighten that round, and I've now made that so it fits onto the end of here, and here is my snoot. Now whether this, I'm pretty sure now as default this kit comes with no coloured gels, and it's £31 to buy it off Amazon. But what I noticed today when I was looking around is that they've also, I think it's £22, they've got a coloured set of gels. So a bit naughty, they've taken out this one and they're getting you to buy a set of coloured gels, almost doubling the price though. So I might have a look at that and see if I can't produce a set of gels myself. Let me know if you would be interested in those. But the idea being that with a light like this, let's pull this power up a bit. In fact, I'll keep it down for this. If I point this at this back wall and press the right button, that's giving, can you see that pink spot it's giving there? Possibly that's not going to work. But that'll give a, we were talking, I've been talking recently about golden hour and that glow that you can get if you get the sun coming in from behind. Well, this is really what we're doing with a light like this. And I can set this off in the distance pointing back to me, and what it's going to do is give this coloured glow around the side of me here. And it can look beautiful on, you know, certainly on little girls, and you get this nice kind of colour coming in. Doesn't have to be just bright colours like this. If you can get hold of some gels, you could cut them to shape on here. As I say, I'm going to try and do the same thing. I think £22 is quite excessive to get that, but then at the same time it's all cut to fit. But the idea is you can either just with a normal light get that kind of backlight effect going there as if the sun's behind you. There's no reason why I can't stand this thing behind me so that in the photo you can't see this light, but what it's going to do is just put almost a glow around me and really separate me from the background. Now, if I'm against a black background rather than a white one, and I've got dark hair, used to, you can. I was doing this the other day with a lady in front of a black background, and actually you totally lost the shape of her hair. So all we did was just to set one of these without any colour in it. It was just a plain white light pointing straight back in. It was out of shot over there, but it just suddenly brought the hair back in. I'll have a look and see if I can find a few photos to put up on the blog post next to this. But I just thought it's a great little tool. And if you're going into the lighting and you're fancying a go at this, then why not take it a step further? For another £40, you could get hold of another light. Or maybe you don't need to have that fill light and you just fancy putting a bit of backlight in there for a bit of fun. You've got someone facing into the sun and you just want to pop this behind them and give a bit of effect. Remember, of course, that this is totally portable. There's no reason why you can't take this out on site, have a play outside with it. Yeah, so it's just a very small little add-on accessory for the lighting that I think could be a lot of fun for you. So give it a go.